What's up, y'all? This is Tone Stith, and you know I got soul.
So man, I gotta say, I've been listening to you since Can We Talk? So this is like back in the day. And we spoke last time about FWM and Still FWM.
Right, right.
I've been a fan, I've been listening, and I gotta say this is definitely the best, in my opinion, that you've ever sounded. I don't know,
Word. Wow.
I don't know what you did, but definitely in a great spot right now musically, and you know,
Mm.
congrats on that. But tell me a bit like what's been up since our last interview, and like specifically really like I want you to compare FWM and Still FWM to
Yeah,
and has life kind of influenced the sound on both, something like that.
I would absolutely say that life definitely influenced this next body of work that I just put out. And there's a lot of situations that I went through and had to grow through and had to like live and understand. And I think, getting older since Can We Talk, getting older and living a bit more life, it just gave me a perspective, a point of view on love and and relationships and the things that go into relationships. So I wanted to really tell that story and, take everybody on that journey with me, what it feels like to really be in a relationship and to really love somebody. Cause I feel like we're in a toxic world still. So there's not a lot of love music. It's coming back, it's finding its way back. But yeah, so that was my point of view. And the compared to Can We Talk, I just feel like, back then I was young. I was young and I just wanted to sing everything and I had fun. It was very experimental, but now this time around it was a direct focus. So I think that's the difference.
Gotcha. And something I always love to ask everybody, and last time we spoke, I don't think I actually asked you this, but were there any like albums or artists you were listening to when you decided to make this project that influenced the sound? Because I definitely feel like I hear some Bruno, some maybe even Jeremiah, some 70s stuff going on, like
Mhm.
a lot of stuff I'm picking up.
Yeah.
I want to touch on that.
For sure, it was. You know what? Definitely, definitely. I have to definitely give credit to Usher for sure. Girls Like You, I was like, yo, listen, we gotta go Usher route, And I listened to a lot of like his earlier project, 8701 and Confessions, but I feel like that era that it was a certain sound back then that he just like accomplished really well. And I was like, yo, I need my project to feel just well put together like this. And so he was definitely a big inspiration for this project. Of course, Marvin Gaye, and I don't know, and then mix that in with myself, but definitely Usher. I'll say Usher for sure.
That. And you talked a little bit about the title point of view. So, and
Mhm.
you did, you kind of got into a little bit, but I do want to know why title it point of view. What was your inspiration behind that outside of, kind of telling the listeners what it's like to be in love outside of the toxicity that we've been,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
why
Um,
POV?
for me, the point of view part really came from just telling my story. A lot of the songs are things that I've lived, things that I've been through, and things that I witnessed. And I Need You, for example, that song is made in light of my parents because when I was younger, they weren't together. And about 12, 13, I watched them get back together and I watched them really choose each other every day. And I feel like that's a rare that's a rare scenario. And so I Need You was really made in light of my parents and how they really chose each other and they needed each other to stay together. And then Girls Like You is a real situation where, um, you know, the girl, she cheated on me. That's the only way I can really put it. She cheated on me, and it was my first heartbreak that made me really feel like, okay, I got trust issues now. Now I don't know about the next person. I'm not too sure. And then, with Lonely, there was a situation where I cheated on a girl I was with for a long time too. So it was like, yo, you know, if you don't deal with your actions and take accountability, you know, hurt people will hurt people. So that's my point of view, and I just wanted to take everybody through that journey.
Awesome. So you
Yeah.
mentioned three of the songs on the album, but I really want to know about Smoking in the Park. First of all, it's the first track you hear when you listen to it, and it is melodic, for lack of a better term. Like
Yeah.
it's so smooth. Everything about it just really makes you want to lay back
And roll up.
exactly.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the process behind making that track and the inspiration.
So I gotta shout out my bro KP, who's a producer who produced that song, and Corey and everybody that was in the room. But you know, that goes back to the Marvin Gaye influence. I grew up a lot on Marvin Gaye. My mom is the biggest Marvin Gaye fan, and I think I really wanted a song. When I heard the music, I really wanted a song that was melody driven. You know, something that cuts through, but something that everybody could sing, and something that's smooth. I feel like I haven't had a track that was as smooth as that. So when I heard that music, I was like, okay, nah, you gotta give smooth R&B vocals on this.
And you did, and you did.
Right. So no, but that was it. That was, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, in that session, you know, we was all smoking, we was all, I'm like, yo, what can somebody do, you know, together with somebody, you know, that's intimate but not really making love. So I was like, oh, you can roll up, you can smoke with somebody, and that's just where I went. So
Love it. Love
yeah.
it.
That's definitely one of the smoother tracks on the project. But I love how almost every song is kind of corny, but you have a different tone. Like you really,
Mhm.
I really feel like I think Troy Taylor might have mentioned this, but you definitely are a master of your tone and just being able to switch
I
it.
appreciate.
So
Yeah,
something I'm really curious about is why you decided to end it with Lonely. I know you said what the song is about, but I love the
yeah,
transition stamina into that, like the whole phone conversation. You know,
yeah, yeah.
music been
So,
there, so you know, let's go ahead.
So it's if you listen to the project and follow the videos too that I'm dropping every week, there's a storyline. And you know, smoking in the park starts off smoking in the park with your homegirl, somebody that you haven't crossed the line with, but you have this trust, you know, you have this understanding where it's like, yo, you could tell me anything, I could tell you anything. And that's how it starts, smoking in the park. And you go to girls like you. At the time of smoking in the park, I'm in a relationship with somebody else, and I got the word like, oh, my girl cheated on me. So it's like, oh damn, girls like you messed it up for everybody else. So that whole scenario. And then I Need You is realizing that, yo, the girl from smoking in the park, my homegirl, that's been there from day one, that knows me, knows my secrets. That's the one that I needed the whole time. And then, you know, Reposado is like, you know, I'm gonna go to the club though, clear my mind. I'm gonna get lit. I'm gonna get lit and not think about, you know, going through this heartbreak. And then after the club, it's whoa, you know, I'm gonna hit her up. I'm gonna be like, you know what? You know, let's have a night. Let's you know, let's go back to the crib. Let's have fun. And then you get into stamina where it gets real intimate, and you know that's when it really goes down, and y'all finally cross that line. And then the skit at the end of that is really like, yo, you know, the phone is ringing and it's open, and I got a girl, my ex, saved under Chris. And it's like, oh, that's how it just kind of unravels. Like, oh, you were just doing the same thing that the girl did to you and girls like you. And then so you end up with lonely. You end up lonely at the end. And you know, you could take that song in many ways, but I really made it and wanted to, you know, bring light that I ended up lonely in the end because I didn't really work out the issues that I needed to work out and figure out who I was and deal with the hurt that I was going through. But I put that same thing on somebody else. So at the end, I ended up lonely. And that's the accountability part. So I wanted to end the project like that.
I
Nice.
love that storytelling, man. And honestly, to go back on my first statement, like I really feel like that's why I'm enjoying this so much because it's really you. I feel you so much in this music, and
Mm.
perfect example of why. And I can't wait to see all these live. And you know, speaking of that,
Yeah, now that's gonna be an experience.
it's gonna be something else. And I know you're gonna open up for Victoria Monet, so And speak about that. Are you excited? You know, she's one of the top right now in our opinion. And
Yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, first off, I'm super proud of her. I think, she's been working for so long and so hard. So I'm glad she's getting her flowers and getting that recognition. I think it's just the beginning for her. But to have the opportunity to open up for her on this tour, I'm super excited because this is the real first time that I get to dive into P.O.V live, on stage. And it's a little something, something, but this is the first show where I'm like, okay, now I can start welcoming, everybody into this world.
Yeah. We'll be waiting for your headlining tour
Yeah.
sooner rather
It,
than later.
it's coming.
Okay.
It's coming. It's
Yeah, I
coming.
definitely I had the opportunity to see you live here in Atlanta, where you performed before Eric Bellinger and Vito,
Yep.
and incredible performance. Just wanted to let you know that I see big things for sure.
Let's go. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So as far, you've made a lot of contributions to this genre as a songwriter and now as an artist. So how do you see your music contributing to the evolution of R&B? So we know R&B it's shifting. It's not
Mhm.
quite the same as it once was. It's not, it's not bad, it's not good, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So how is Tone Stith's music different? How are you contributing to this current state of R&B?
I feel like it's different. Just even off of first listen, you could tell that okay, this is there's a lot that he embodies. I'm talking about myself, but there's a lot that I embody when you listen to my music. I'm influenced by a bunch of people. I mean, Mike, Prince, those are like my really top two. But um, I love just infusing different people's work that I admire into my own sound. And I think that's really shining on this project. I don't think there's anything like it. And I think it stands out. And I think, over time, these are those stepping stones for me to really showcase the level that I could reach. So I think it's different because it's just giving a new perspective on R&B. It's fresh. I think this is the best R&B project out. So yeah, I really hope everybody's enjoying it. The feedback that I'm getting, I'm just like blown away. 'Cause it's I think it's been like 3 weeks now, and people are still just like, oh my gosh, like and still discovering. And yeah, I'm excited for the future.
Yeah. And for those people who have been supporting you from the beginning, like Nico and
Yep.
people that are just, now discovering the sounds that you give us, what do you want? What are your goals? What are the plans for the future musically?
For me, I mean, it's really that Tone Stith was the one that was different. Um, in the next, I'll say like 3 years, I mean, my goal is to, be traveling all across the world, but in a way where R&B is stadium music, if that makes sense. Um, I think there's only a few people that have reached stadium music from R&B, and that is really my goal. I want that to be at the forefront. I really want to bring that R&B back around to where it's like, okay, it's at the top of the charts, like it's staying there. It's here to stay. But yeah, that's really my goal for the next few years, and I'm about to put in that groundwork.
Definitely. Love that for you. I see that. I definitely see that for you.
Thank you.
definitely do, man. And speaking of your goals in general, this is our last question for you. We're gonna let you get out of here. But
Mhm.
last time we spoke again, you mentioned one of the people you really wanted to collaborate was Pharrell. So I'm just
Yeah,
hopefully we get to that point because I would love to see that. But I'm
man, me too.
there's been a lot more artists coming up, and I'm just is there anybody else you want to collaborate that's on that rising level right now with you? I know, for example, Maida, you guys are cool, you guys are close.
Yeah,
Put that song "Something in the Water." Said she has PTSD from performing it. Fun fact, but
yeah.
is there anybody else that you really work with now?
I mean, there's a ton of people, man. I would love to work with SZA. I think, she's incredible. My homie Leon Thomas, he's incredible. We only got to work one time, and that was in Diddy's camp, but I would love to like lock in and really work on stuff together. Um, I would say You know who an interesting person I'll put in there that I think would be cool to work with is Tizo Touchdown. I really love his music, his approach. I think I love that he's pushing the bar, he's pushing boundaries. And yeah, man, I still Pharrell, man. Let's keep him in the lineup, man. I would love to work with Pharrell. So
We'll start a petition to see if we can make those things
let's go.
happen.
Yup.
You know, we love speaking with you, man. We love the project, and like I said, from a male and female perspective, I love that you can touch both avenues, especially for
Mm.
guys. Like I could put you on the car with my boys. I'm not getting roasted. I put like
Yeah.
by Neo, they might be like, "Yo," I put, you
Hey. No.
know what I'm saying? But I
I
appreciate you.
appreciate you.
Man. We really truly wish the best for your career, and we see big things, so we'll keep supporting, and just good luck
Thank
with it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. All the best.